Tell the tape, age could be significant here. 39, Beterbiev, 33, Dmitry Bivol.
Touch ball, touch gloves. Touch gloves.
Consider the Kovalev, that good timing. Just slide in the distance. There's going to be no space. They cut the ring off very effectively, but effortlessly as well. So they don't lose any more energy than they need to. And when he let his hands go, he was frightening.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBA and IBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
Не сморкать.
Чем доволен? Доволен всем, что делает.
Но сделай ему.
Inside the Kingdom Arena, the air is electric. The arena, packed to capacity, buzzes with the energy of thousands of fans who know they are about to witness something special. This isn't just any fight. It's a defining moment in boxing history. A clash between two warriors who refuse to back down. Backstage, the contrast between the fighters is striking. Beterbiev, a man of few words, exudes quiet confidence as he wraps his hands. His preparation is meticulous, his focus unwavering. He knows that his reputation as one of the most feared punchers in boxing is on the line, and he has no intention of letting it slip. His team works around him in near silence, understanding that their fighter is locked in, mentally prepared for war. In the other locker room, Bivol is a picture of calculated intensity.
The reigning WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
His warm-up is sharp, his movement crisp. Every shadowboxing sequence, every combination he throws, is executed with precision. He's been here before, and this time, he is determined not to let the moment slip away. There's no fear in his eyes, only a deep resolve. This is the fight he's been waiting for. The moment to prove to the world that he is the superior fighter. Then, the moment arrives. The lights dim, and the arena falls into a hush before exploding in anticipation as the ring walks begin. Beterbiev is first, a towering presence, his expression unreadable, his body language that of a man who knows he can end the fight with a single punch. The crowd erupts, but he remains unfazed, walking to the ring like a gladiator entering the Coliseum. Then, the atmosphere shifts as Bivol's music hits. The challenger steps into the spotlight, his eyes locked on the ring, his movements deliberate. He radiates confidence, not arrogance, but a deep-seated belief that tonight, he will change the narrative. The cheers mix with chants, the energy surging through the stadium as both men step between the ropes. They stand face to face, inches apart, as the referee gives final instructions. The intensity in their gazes speaks louder than words.
Here we go!
This is personal. The bell is about to ring, and there is no turning back. This is the last crescendo, and only one man will emerge victorious. As the fourth round begins, Bivol remains composed, still circling and throwing sharp combinations.
As we get landed with money.
But this time, Beterbiev is stepping in quicker, slipping jabs, and starting to let his hands go. The pace is shifting. A powerful left hook to the ribs forces Bivol to take a half step back, his face betraying the first signs of discomfort.
I hear you. I hear you. So, esteemed offense. Now he goes.
Beterbiev, sensing the impact, presses forward, landing another punishing body shot. Suddenly, the tide of the fight is changing. Beterbiev's pressure is no longer measured. It's relentless. Every time Bivol tries to create space, Beterbiev is there, cutting off his angles, forcing him to engage. The ring, which once felt vast under Bivol's control, now feels smaller, more suffocating.
I like the show business world, the next act, and in that act you become now as...
Midway through the round, Beterbiev lands a monstrous right hand that crashes against Bivol's jaw. The impact is felt through the arena, and for the first time in the fight, Bivol is visibly stunned. His legs stiffen for a brief moment before he quickly recovers. But Beterbiev sees the opening. The champion charges forward, throwing a vicious flurry. Hooks, uppercuts, overhand rights, each punch carrying the intent to end the fight. Bivol, known for his composure under fire, remains on his feet, but is forced to retreat. He clinches to slow the assault, buying himself precious seconds to regain his equilibrium.
Skillful amateurs and pros.
He lands a left hook that really
Pereira could counter him upstairs. He's running that risk.
The crowd is roaring now. The fight has turned into a battle of wills. The 5th round begins, and Beterbiev is fully in his element. His punches are coming in combinations now, and they're landing with devastating force. Bivol, who looked untouchable in the early rounds, is now being dragged into a firefight. He fires back with a sharp right hand of his own, trying to re-establish control, but Beterbiev barely acknowledges it. He keeps pressing, throwing thudding hooks to the body that sap Bivol's energy.
Beterbiev has definitely started putting more on those shots. More shots are coming out. Colling is...
That was percussion. But that's why I said when Mark had asked me rounds and rounds earlier.
Colling takes a knee as he goes down. There's no question Beterbiev in this round.
By the 6th round, the momentum is almost entirely with Beterbiev. He has slowed Bivol down, forcing him to fight at a closer range than he would like. Every exchange feels dangerous now. Bivol is still landing, still showing resilience. But Beterbiev's punches have a different effect, each one carrying the weight of his brutal knockout power. Just when it seems like Bivol is fading, he digs deep and begins to fire back. He lands a sharp left hook, then a quick 3-punch combination that halts Beterbiev's march for a brief moment. The champion resets, nodding slightly as if acknowledging Bivol's resistance. This isn't over yet. The bell rings to end the 6th round, and as both men return to their corners, the fight is now on a knife's edge. Beterbiev is taking control, but Bivol has survived the storm. The question is, does he have enough left to turn the tide back in his favor? As the 7th round begins, Bivol knows he must adapt. The last few rounds have seen him endure Beterbiev's relentless assault, and the tide has shifted against him. But he...
Good strike, and that may have rattled from Bivol. A nice counter punching. Oh, boy, foot. He's measuring Zerto.
He is far from defeated. Adjustments must be made. He pivots more sharply, moves laterally with greater urgency, and refuses to stay in one place long enough for Beterbiev to trap him. His jab, once a measuring tool, now becomes a weapon, a snapping, disruptive punch that keeps Beterbiev from closing the distance as easily. Beterbiev, however, is unfazed. He has felt power before. He has walked through storms. He continues to march forward, his high guard absorbing many of Bivol's punches, his heavy feet pressing into the canvas like an immovable force. His intent is clear. He will not allow Bivol to dance his way to victory. Halfway through the round, Beterbiev lands a punishing right hook to Bivol's ribs.
The round has upped the action.
Look at her, asked me earlier, can Colling now?
Beterbiev has never had to stand in the ring and listen to a decision as a professional. And down goes Colling, and that's it. He will...
Sound reverberates through the arena. Bivol exhales sharply, his body betraying him. For a split second, Beterbiev sees it and lunges forward, unloading a barrage of punches, hooks, uppercuts, body shots, each one designed to break Bivol's resolve. But Bivol refuses to fold. He takes the shots, resets, and immediately answers back with a sharp right hand to Beterbiev's temple. The champion blinks, but he does not back down. He nods slightly, as if to acknowledge the shot, then steps in again. A test of wills is now underway. By the 8th round, the fight has transformed into a battle of attrition. Bivol is fighting to survive, but also to win. He continues to move, steering Beterbiev into angles where he can't generate full power. He lands crisp, clean counterpunches, his straight right hand snapping Beterbiev's head back multiple times.
The thing is, every time he makes a move, oh, good shot, good left hook.
Bivol starting to tee off.
There from Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol stepping on the pressure.
But every time he lands, Beterbiev answers with thunderous shots of his own, punches that don't just score points, but rattle bones. The 9th round is a spectacle of pure heart, grit, and elite boxing skill. The fighters now stand toe-to-toe, exchanging punches at a terrifying pace. Bivol, once thought to be purely a technical boxer, is now willing to trade in the fire. He lands a hard left hook, but Beterbiev walks through it and returns fire with a brutal right hand. Neither man is giving ground. The crowd is on its feet, the energy in the arena reaching its peak. As the bell rings, both fighters walk back to their corners breathing heavily, their bodies battered but their spirits unbroken. The fight is hanging in the balance. One defining moment could determine the outcome. The championship rounds are here. and both warriors know the significance of these final minutes.
Immediately, Johnson has to fight out.
Bivol's face is marked, his body aching, but his mind remains sharp. He knows he must dig deeper than ever before. On the other side, Beterbiev breathes heavily, but still looks dangerous. One clean shot from him can end the fight. The 10th round begins with Beterbiev charging forward, sensing that victory is near. He is no longer patient. He wants to end this. He throws a devastating overhand right, but Bivol anticipates it, slipping just in time and countering with a crisp 1-2 combination that lands flush.
Lined up to face Anthony Yard in the first quarter.
Ramirez taking more chances, as he should. Another body shot from Zerto. Is Bivol looking for the knockout? He might get it here in the 12th. Slung it out to the bell.
Beterbiev's head snaps back, but he keeps moving forward. Bivol refuses to let Beterbiev dictate the pace. He increases his output, throwing combinations in rapid succession. His punches aren't just meant to score points. They are meant to wear Beterbiev down, to make him think twice before pressing forward. But Beterbiev is not easily discouraged. He fires back, trapping Bivol against the ropes, landing a sickening left hook to the body, followed by an uppercut that nearly lifts Bivol off the canvas. Bivol staggers. The crowd gasps. Beterbiev sees his opportunity, lunging forward with a flurry of power shots that could end the fight. But
serves the viewers. It's entertaining with the action we're seeing here, but can he sustain it? Trading punches. Look at this. Back and forth they go. Short right hand from the champ, and Kalajdzic is hurt. Paid the.
He's breaking down Kalajdzic. It's not just
when it seems Bivol is in deep trouble, he does something remarkable. He fires back. He refuses to clinch, refuses to retreat. He plants his feet and trades. The final moments of the round are breathtaking. Bivol lands a snapping straight right. Beterbiev counters with a brutal hook. Both men are exhausted, but neither is stopping. It is pure war. The 11th round begins, and now it's a question of who has more left in the tank. Bivol is bleeding from his nose, but his legs are still beneath him. He is still throwing with precision, still moving with purpose. Beterbiev, though relentless, is beginning to show signs of fatigue. His punches, though powerful, are coming at a slightly slower rate. Sensing his moment, Bivol presses forward for the first time in the fight. He starts landing cleaner shots, pushing Beterbiev backward. The undefeated champion, for the first time in the fight, looks slightly vulnerable. Bivol's hand speed is becoming the difference, his combinations landing before Beterbiev can react. As the bell rings to end the 11th round, both men stare at each other for a brief moment before heading to their corners. The fight is on a knife's edge. The 12th and final round will determine who walks away as the champion. The atmosphere inside the Kingdom Arena is electric as the fighters rise from their stools for the final round. Both men are battered, exhausted, and running on pure willpower, but the fight is still up for grabs. Dmitry Bivol, aware that this could be the most important 3 minutes of his career, takes a deep breath and moves forward with renewed purpose. Across from him, Artur Beterbiev, still dangerous despite the signs of fatigue, locks eyes with his opponent, knowing that a single moment of hesitation could mean the difference between victory and defeat. The bell rings, and Bivol wastes no time asserting himself. He pumps out his jab with rapid-fire precision, doubling and tripling it up, forcing Beterbiev onto the back foot. A sharp 1-2 combination lands flush, snapping Beterbiev's head back for the first time in the fight. The undefeated champion takes the shots well, but his forward movement is no longer as relentless. Bivol has found his rhythm, and the momentum is shifting once more. Sensing urgency, Beterbiev digs deep and swings for the knockout, launching a thunderous right hand that could end the fight in an instant. But Bivol sees it coming. He takes a half step back, narrowly avoiding disaster, then counters with a crisp left hook to the temple. Beterbiev stumbles, just slightly, but in a fight this close, even the smallest shift is significant. The clock ticks down, and Bivol is in full control now. His hands are a blur, his footwork sharp. He throws combinations in bursts, not allowing Beterbiev to reset. A stiff right cross finds its target, then another. Beterbiev, ever the warrior, refuses to retreat, but his punches are becoming labored, his reaction time slowing. In the final 30 seconds, Bivol makes his statement. He steps in with a brutal 5-punch combination: jab, right hand, left hook, right uppercut, straight right, each landing flush.
Watch Johnson jump on him now.
The crowd erupts as Beterbiev, for the first time in his career, looks like he might go down, but somehow he stays standing, absorbing every shot like a machine. The final 10 seconds, the entire arena is on its feet. Bivol, running on adrenaline, lets his hands go. A flurry of punches, each landing cleanly, each solidifying his best round of the fight. Beterbiev, bloodied but unbroken, throws one last wild right hook. It misses, and as he resets, the final bell rings. Both men remain standing. Both men have given everything. Bivol turns toward his corner, arms slightly raised, knowing he's just delivered the performance of his life. Beterbiev exhales deeply, then nods, a silent acknowledgement that, for the first time, he might not have done enough. The fighters retreat to their corners, breathing heavily, sweat pouring from their bodies, faces bruised and swollen. The anticipation in the arena is palpable as the judges finalize their scorecards. Both corners are tense. Bivol's team believes their fighter has done enough, but they know that Beterbiev's power and aggression may have swayed certain rounds. Beterbiev's corner remains stoic, understanding that their man never stopped pressing forward, never stopped attacking. The ring announcer steps forward, microphone in hand. The entire stadium holds its breath. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. A pause. The tension is unbearable. Judge 1 scores the bout 115 to 113 Bivol. Judge 2 scores the bout 116 to 112 Bivol. Judge 3 scores the bout 116 to 112 for the winner by unanimous decision and the new WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol. The arena erupts into deafening cheers. Bivol falls to his knees, overwhelmed with emotion. His arms shoot up in victory. Redemption is his. The man who once doubted his own performance in their first fight has now conquered the challenge and finally defeated the undefeated. Beterbiev, his face bruised but expression unreadable, listens to the decision with quiet dignity. He nods once, his respect for his rival evident. Despite his first career loss, he does not protest the decision. He knows Bivol was the better man tonight. The two warriors meet at the center of the ring, embrace briefly, and exchange words only they can hear. The cameras capture the moment. A new champion is crowned, but both men have left a piece of themselves inside the ring. Later that night, in front of a room full of journalists, Dmitry Bivol sits behind the championship belt that he fought so hard to claim. His face, though bruised, is beaming with satisfaction. The journey, the sacrifice, the doubts, everything led to this moment. I knew I had to prove myself tonight, Bivol says, his voice calm yet emotional. Beterbiev is a great champion. He pushed me harder than anyone ever has. But tonight I was ready. I was not going to let this opportunity slip away again. Sitting just a few seats away, Artur Beterbiev speaks next. His tone is measured, his respect for Bivol evident. Tonight was his night, he admits. He fought smart. He made the right adjustments. He deserved to win. There is no bitterness in his words, only the acknowledgement that, on this night, he met an opponent who had risen to the challenge. Then, the question everyone is waiting for. Will there be a trilogy? Bivol, still savoring his victory, smiles slightly. I don't know, he says. Right now, I just want to enjoy this moment. But if the people want it, if he wants it, we'll see. Beterbiev, ever the warrior, leans forward and speaks into the microphone. Let's finish this. One more time. The room erupts into excitement. As the fans leave the Kingdom Arena, they know they have witnessed something special. An instant classic. A war between two of the best light heavyweights of this era. The night that started with uncertainty ended with history being made. Dmitry Bivol, after years of being questioned, has finally ascended to the throne. He is the new king of the light heavyweight division. But Artur Beterbiev is far from finished. One loss does not define him, and the possibility of a third and final showdown looms large. Boxing, at its core, is about heart, skill, and resilience. Tonight, both men proved why they are among the best in the world. But as Bivol walks out of the arena, championship belt in hand, one thing is clear. His legacy is now written in stone. Okay guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions. Subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content. And check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.